The Vice President's donation comprised 200 life jackets, 4 bales of second-hand clothing, 70 cartons of Frytol cooking oil, 100 bags of rice, 10 cartons of soap, 100 bales of mosquito nets, and 200 Ghana cedis in cash. The items were delivered to support families affected by River Oti boat tragedy, providing both immediate aid and long-term essentials to help them recover. Speaking to residents of Okuma Debume, the vice president urged communities along riverbanks to make life jackets use a priority. To make life jackets use a priority when traveling on the lake, emphasizing safety as a shared responsibility. She emphasized the need of a shift in attitude towards water safety, urging residents to wear life jackets consistently when traveling on the lake. Member of Parliament for Karachi West, Madam Helen Ajwa Intoso, urged boat operators in the constituency to strictly observe safety protocols with particular emphasis on adhering to passenger capacity limits. She further cautioned boat operators that exceeding designated passenger capacity poses a serious threat to lives and urged them to place safety above profit. Meanwhile, Oti Regional Minister John Kujo Japon expressed deep appreciation to the government and the presidential delegation for their condolences and generous donations in the wake of the River Oti boat tragedy.
Speaking in an interview, the supporters stressed that while the removal of tariffs could enhance trade and improve access to goods, it also poses a potential threat to domestic manufacturers if not carefully managed. He added that government intervention will be critical in ensuring that local producers can compete fairly. Professor Cortes' remarks follow Chinese president's pledge to support Ghana in converting its natural resource wealth into sustainable development, while also enabling the country to take advantage of China's zero tariff policy for African nations. The Chinese president made the pledge during bilateral talks with President John Dramani Mahama in Beijing, held alongside the Global Leaders Meeting on Women. The initiative, aimed at strengthening China-Africa economic ties, grants African countries duty-free access to the Chinese market for thousands of goods.
Going on, Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwame Governor Abuja, has announced that the government has disbursed 5 billion Ghana cedis to road constructors, marking a significant step towards settling long-standing arrears in the sector.
Speaking from Beijing in an interview, Roads and Highways Minister Kwame Governors Abuja stated that the 5 billion Ghana cedis payments to road contractors were made without resorting to foreign borrowing. Mr. Kwame Governors Abuja explained that the 5 billion Ghana cedis payment to road contractors followed a rigorous validation exercise conducted by the Ministry of Finance and the Auditor General's Department to verify all legitimate claims prior to disbursement. Mr. Abuja noted that the government inherited approximately 40 billion Ghana cedis in unpaid obligations across the road sector. This includes 21 billion Ghana cedis under the Government of Ghana account, over 8 billion Ghana cedis under the Road Fund, and additional arrears allocated to Cocoa Roads projects. The Roads Minister emphasized that with the government still in its first year, it would be unrealistic to expect the immediate clearance of all road sector arrears. However, he assured that steps are being taken to settle contractor payments progressively. Mr. Abuja stated that payments under the former Road Fund, now restructured as the Road Maintenance Trust Fund, have commenced and outstanding arrears will be settled progressively as fiscal space allows. He added that new road projects worth over 70 billion Ghana cedis had already been awarded, while ongoing works on previously stalled projects such as the Ofanko, Kaswa, and Adenta Dodua roads were progressing without cancellations. Mr. Abuja is currently in Beijing as part of President Mahama's delegation attending the Ghana Presidential Investment Forum, which was attracted more than 600 Chinese investors, exploring opportunities in sectors such as roads, mining, agriculture, and renewable energy.
We will continue with our stories making headlines, but before that, let's take a quick break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. Now let's take our stories. Residents of the Yellow Krobo and Lower Manya Krobo municipalities in Ghana's eastern region have staged a demonstration to protest the deteriorating condition of the Somanya Odumasikwa Road.
The protest, held on Tuesday, 14th October, concluded with the submission of a petition to the President via the municipal assemblies of Yellow Krobo and Lower Manya Krobo, led by a coalition of Krobo civic groups. The demonstration described the long-abandoned Somanya Odumasikwa Road project, describing it as a daily burden that disrupts transportation, hampers access to healthcare, and stifles economic activity across the Krobo area. In their petition, the civic groups described the 24-kilometer Somanya Odumasikwa Road as a daily affliction for residents, citing choking dust, deep potholes, and dangerous driving conditions that have worsened since construction was suspended in early 2025. According to the petitioners, reconstruction of the Somanya Odumasikwa Road began in 2016 but was halted following a change in government in 2017. They noted that the project was re-awarded in 2024, only to be abandoned again after another transition in 2025. The coalition warned that continued neglect of the Somanya Odumasi Pond Road has led to a surge in respiratory illness, increased vehicle maintenance costs, and the collapse of small business struggling to operate under harsh transport conditions. The petition, signed by Cloma Heme Chairman Isaac Tamate Otu and Dangme Youth for Development President Simon Tay, urged the president to instruct the Ministry of Roads and Highways and the government and the Ghana Highways Authority to ensure the contractor returns to site within 60 days. It also called for the use of durable construction materials capable of withstanding the constant pressure from heavy limestone trucks that frequently ply the routes. The Krobo civic groups also appealed for interim relief measures, including dust suppression, road grading, and the installation of protective barriers near schools and health facilities to safeguard vulnerable populations. The coalition cautioned that failure to resume construction within stipulated 60-day period would compel residents to escalate their protest through further civil action.
National Democratic Congress Chairman Johnson Asiedu Nketia has dismissed claims that his ongoing nationwide thank you tour is a political move ahead of the 2028 elections.
Speaking to party members and traditional leaders in Pohoi, voted region, NDC National Chairman Johnson Asiedu Nketia said the tour is a long-standing party tradition meant to thank Ghanaians for their support during the 2024 elections and to reaffirm the party's commitment to governance and accountability. He explained that the tour offers an opportunity to strengthen party unity, address internal concerns, and update supporters on the government's development agenda. Mr. Asiedu Nketia also highlighted ongoing national efforts to combat illegal mining and corruption, emphasizing that these initiatives require patience and sustained commitment before their full impact can be realized.
Effective Wednesday, October 15, 2025, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority has suspended all fines issued by its compliance team to motorists.
According to the authority, the decision follows extensive stakeholder consultations and widespread public feedback regarding the ongoing compliance enforcement initiative. The DVLA stressed that while the enforcement exercise has been halted, the legal requirements for drivers and vehicles to use the roads remain in force. The suspension only applies to the fines and charges enforced by the compliance team. The compliance enforcement drive, which was recently intensified, aimed at ensuring strict adherence to vehicle licensing, roadworthiness, and other regulatory obligations. However, the move attracted widespread public criticism, with many calling for more education and engagement. The authority has assured the public that it will use the suspension period to intensify education and stakeholder engagement efforts, laying the groundwork for a more informed and collaborative reintroduction of enforcement measures.
Lawyer for Daniel Owusu Kranting, the man accused in connection with the murder of investigative journalist Ahmed Swale, has welcomed the Attorney General's decision to discontinue the case.
The court on Tuesday, October 14, 2025, formally struck out the case after the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine, directed that proceedings be halted. Chief Inspector Nana Ifua Bamfo, who was prosecuting the case, informed the court of the directive. Counsel for the accused, Emma Jean Markin, expressed relief after the case was discontinued, but criticized the treatment her client had endured throughout the trial. In 2019, when the incident happened, several arrests were made. But have we ever heard of anyone being paraded the way Daniel Owusu Kranting was? If proper investigations had been done as suggested by some media reports, it would have been clear that my client was in the country all along, even seeking medical attention at some point, she stated. Mrs. Markin noted that the ordeal had caused significant distress to her client and his family, urging law enforcement authorities to exercise greater care in handling sensitive criminal cases in the future. Ahmed Swali, a member of Tiger Eye PI, was shot and killed in Medina in January 2019. His murder sparked national and international outrage, with many calling for justice and stronger protection for journalists in Ghana.
Moving on is our sports and entertainment news, but we'll take a short break. Do stay tuned.
Yo, Doris Jagboko Bene. Nkemi Shenkbe la Noyaa Tv to Ebolo Ifen Unupai can be. Inya da fitra, Misha da fitra. Think about for Pano Maham of Fame. Okay, a change. Yeneken station, Wababuin, Tremo, Kenika Semo, Ho. Da ho. Obaji no Koni Bachon, or Nika Semo cooking. Sane ba koken mi she ke tumo ke nyamo bibi ni wo ba anya wo fe ke ha wo ma no ya ke ha wo nye me bibi ni bagba ku ehu no ya o plantai ke bibi fe meni school ke meni best school fe mo wo ba gbe mo fe mo ni wo nya ke ye ni ka se mo me ni bi ni wo ba yue he e ko me ba do mo shi ke ha CCHD say program Kagbene absolute healthcare Bagiano to New York and Agbomonoya. 1 year, Nibi slot the BB ni ba woman, can you be any ba Helemashi? Can you be any fan or Banya was to sue? Ni Ehani was Noya, actually. Ye la mammy can la mammy. You will back and ye no be a mean charge of Pinake. A change for my push can no go ye and a cake man, ye and a can TV station. Nida ho obaji wo henchile ke noko ken wo benye pagbe e baba e chencho e ba push nye radon ke mi tuebo.
Welcome back from our short breather. We'll take our entertainment news. Ghanaian reggae dancehall artist Shatta Wale has claimed he has generated more income for Ghana's economy than the Ministry of Finance.
Speaking on Prime Time with George Nee Amakwe on 15th October 2025, award-winning musician Shatta Wale highlighted his influence on Ghana's creative industry and youth employment, claiming his contribution have had a remarkable economic impact. I can confidently say I've made more money than even the Ministry of Finance in this country. They claim to bring money into Ghana, but I've brought more to the Ministry of Tourism. I've created jobs and opportunities that have benefited many young people, he asserted. The 40-year-old artist, born Charles Nee Amamenta, further stated that the government officials should accord influential figures in the creative industry the same level of recognition and respect given to national leaders. When there's a problem in this country, the way we handle the president is how we should handle every important person, because we are all contributing to national development, he said.
In the sports world, the Ghana Football Association has confirmed the Black Stars will embark on an Asia tour as part of their preparations for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
The Black Stars will face South Korea and Japan in international friendlies in November, with Otto Addo using the opportunity to test the readiness of his players. Ghana will take on South Korea on November 18th in the second of the two games in Asia. Prior to that fixture, Prior to that fixture, the Black Stars will play Japan in the 2025 Kirin Challenge Cup on November 14th. All three teams have secured a place at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, with Ghana's coming after the lone goal win over Comoros at the Accra Sports Stadium.
This is where we wrap up for today's news. But before we go, let's take a recap of the news-making headlines. Vice President adopts survivor and infants from River Otibolt strategy, provides relief for affected families. Zero tariffs shouldn't open floodgates for cheap imports, Professor Korte advises government. The government has settled 5 billion Ghana cedis in road sector areas and is working toward gradually clearing a total debt of 40 billion Ghana cedis, according to Roads Minister Kwame Agbodja. Krobo residents protest over Somenya Odumase Pong Road issued 60-day ultimatum. These and many other stories we brought on your way. We'll meet you same time tomorrow. This is Noyaa TV Midday News. I am Justin Nasa Biabuatin.
Bena ke chomi je ulanga swele lai meji onupa ke hani kasemo gbeni femo ni kasemo gbeni femo ne wabona fe ni garimo eyano na kan pepepe la Noyaa TV hu ka me kon ewo shishin bona fe ni kasemo ne ke gbe koko me fe ni fata he enye ni eyano ameji gbeja no toko ni nsumo ni amewo gadangbe no ke ha gadangbe bi fe wo ke enye fata wo e wo no
yo ayami me Achomi Ovula Alfredos Mianyete ni Midomo la Director Municipal Assembly na as Chief Executive ni Domo wo ni me wono wa TV station la Noyaa TV ni amebo modern wa ame John nibi ni hanu wakase ni BP e wo masumo ake ho man bi fe bi orana di Kamabata TV here ni wo so wa channel ke la Noyaa TV ni kasemo ke mission na mo na me chon wo fe wona ni wo kwe ni ekudo wo ni fe mo ke wala shinle mi la Noyaa TV
ye fa na cho me atwe Sarah ngbe fe di Sarah sechi ho ne la apapa oku asala nshapo egbeji mega grace beke benefe la Noyaa TV enko kenye na ntashidi ne hie phone menkwe la Noyaa TV ajaka meji oni bi papai ye no amechon wo ne ame wo nga ye ni bi srote na meji amechon wo mi mo fe mo na nga wo kejo mi ne mi na ke ameba ke ha gadan mi efe ni no fe no ni ameji o wo ke kase oni wo min kase ni bi pi
La Noyaa TV number 1 station in Labadi. Come on. Station ko be. Je ni mi fi mention La Noyaa TV number 1. Yo, mo fiam support la Noyo. Benye le ake Labadi e wo noni. Labadi is the money land. Laji gateway to Africa. Ni La Noyaa TV e bi ene wo na me. I'm Baba Rolex from Labadi. La man fem for me Germany in jail. Keep watching La Noyaa TV number 1. Mwah.
Achomi Agnes Mensah. Each one is professional city managers. Main council la Noyaa TV keha nyefe keha ni bi pakpa na amejio educative and entertainment programs na me feel da keda ameba ake shamba wala manfe ke gan dangbe fe ewo min kan fo ameke hanye ake mo fiamo akwe ame la Noyaa TV the best e ba ke ha gan dangbe fe onye fe nya wo mami ye chiko memi bye bye.
If I show me Millicent now quality, in shop beji, me quite unisex clothing, where la oko asra, you find it. What feel nibi babao, tomo wedding gown, or suits, women's suits, men's wear, but what feel neke palazzo neighbor ne, or nibi babao, or may recommend la Noyaa TV, can hang ake mo femo akwe. Ke ha entertainment ni amefio ni kase moni yo jeme kono wanya wakase ni bi pakpa ke jeme eja ke ameba ke ha gandangbe bi fenke
Achomi Abigail Aje info la Noyaa TV kwemo ke call ameni bi pakpa ni amejio wo me kan fo la Noyaa TV for la Noyaa TV kwemo eja ke ameba ke ha gandangbe fen
Achomi Adam Tena kote Nchuo cashew nuchumo the coffee yes poto ni me recommend la Noyaa TV you there kefe kwemo la Noyaa TV ame ba ke ha gandangbe fe
igbe ejiheti Achomi hu ade won kan for la Noyaa TV ke ha nye fe nye like ya nye share ya nye follow ame ye all social media platform ame ba ke ha gandangbe fe
Achomi Owusudapa nchwani ye Abrimpo Legis ye East Legon. Wakeni ni enyo mpe la Noyaa TV. Ngona ga no koneken eba ni ba chon wokusum ni wo ba kase no ni ji wo no. Eja keshin woni bi papa ifen mewo ni station se fen ba fe tree me ka chante me ke ni bi na me ken ameken hewa anunya ye wode. Ewo ni la Noyaa TV ba ne won panye fa mo fia mo gbe ken o nupa o gan dangbe fin wo ka woni enyo amomi bia na me all social medias content una me here very educative ni ba wa gan dangbe fin o won pe mo fia mo ken ba la Noyaa TV
mingbe GT na bless minji the CEO of time in season be ke bia talo nupa ka me ko to ka ji fin ko ba bi oba na iye George Alasan o ko asra je egbe no mi ka fo la Noyaa TV habo ha mo mi she ha mo tu ejole ewo mo fe mo ekwe ameba ha gadangbe fe
Achomi Oduesa mi we kenje la papa mo fi am follow na la Noyaa TV ameji oni bi papa program papa no mo fi am follow la Noyaa TV YouTube Facebook Twitter everything I follow la Noyaa TV ameba ke ha gan adangbe fe
ya friend me dai na entry me pama die me wo apapa oko asala Unity Sports nechi me kanfo la Noyaa TV ama obi biara omo morning show morning tea sports any entertainment omo ba ma ga adangbe fo nyina obiara hwede bia ye hwe anigye wo ho me kanfo ma mo obiara show